DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, hope you're all well. It's Monday, and often on Monday I do tags. Today's going to be no exception. I'm inside. It was raining. I don't know if it is now. We might hear it. I've got a sky window just over me, but excuse me, I'm burping. Goodness. And I say I did not want to go out and get wet, so I decided I'll just stay by my computer and read questions off the screen here. So I just finished doing Jasmine's tag, and now I'll be doing Dave Nicholson's last Saturday 7 question tag. So hi there, Dave, and let's see how I can answer these 7 questions. Excuse me. Would I regret in future? I guess that would be, would I regret the future if I don't change my present? I guess that's what the sentence means. Would I regret the future if I don't change my present? No. I would say that my present is pretty good. I try and do enough activity to maintain a semblance of health. And I don't think that much is going to change. I'm retired now. So my present hopefully will not change for the immediate period. So no, actually, but if I think of things in the past, when you have life-changing or career-changing decisions to make, and you know that if you change your present, you will definitely change your future. Yeah, I mean, I've had, together with Mrs. DC, we have had decisions to make, like, do we stay in Europe? Do I take this position? Do I, and so on. And those are the type of, present change decisions in the present that will change your future. And I had a few of those in the past. Have I regretted some of those? Not really, although some had to be tweaked, if I put it that way, to know that, it wasn't not always the optimal decision. Yeah, okay. Let's go on to question 2. Question 2. Do I love myself enough? Like, do I pamper myself, pat my back, and stand by me in hard times? Yeah, actually, we've even vlogged about this many times, but yeah, I do. You don't have to love yourself, but if you don't, your life is going to be pretty hard. Now, what is loving yourself, or having a good view of oneself? It depends a lot on your worldview, I guess. But I mean, the fact is, I mean, when you've been less than optimal, to use that word again, but and then you're not really happy with yourself, but when you're down in the dumps, are you able to self-motivate yourself? Are you able to do all those things? I would say I am, but sometimes we all get discouraged. Sometimes we all have bouts of depression or what, and then sometimes a pat on the back has to come from somebody else. But in general, I'm able to pat myself on the back, so to say, and know that I want to do something better and go forward. Yeah, so yeah, I do love myself enough. Question 3. What is my dream life, and how can I get a step closer to it? Oh, goodness. I'm pretty happy with my life. I mean, is it my dream life? I don't know if we are able to say what a dream life is. How often have we desired something and realized that it was a wrong desire? I mean, we can sometimes look at how people who have the things that we would be coveting and realize that, frankly, we're better off as we are. So yeah, I guess that my dream life is one where my family is near. I have my grandchildren, and we and my wife. We are a loving family, so family unit. Like I've said many times, I've been with with my wife together, boyfriend girlfriend, for over 50 years. So we just kind of complete each other. So yeah, and I got children that I love, grandchildren I love. So we are very much, and I got good friends. So yeah, that is pretty much a dream life. One could say, is money part of it? Of course, money is part of it. Um, I mean, we're okay. I'm saying we're okay in the sense that we live modestly, especially since retired. I mean, we live modestly, but we do not live badly in that sense. And yeah, you take there's things that you don't do, but you realize that you didn't need to do them. So am I a step closer to my dream life? I'm right in it, and frankly, being retired, I don't think that much is going to change unless it goes maybe for the other way. Okay, that's question 3. Question 4. You hear the rain? I don't know if you can. Question 4. Am I curbing my emotions? Do I let myself express my heart freely? You know something? Um, uh, there's the thing is, emotions, can you trust them? Now, I definitely will curb my emotions because when I don't, usually I end up putting my foot in my mouth. There's a very well, actually, if you're you don't have to be a Bible believing person to know that there's a lot of proverbs and different sayings in Scripture, but in good books as well, where they're said, think before you speak. And thinking before you speak, you also helps curb your emotions because you can analyze what's going on. I mean, the raw feelings are usually just that, raw, and you better keep them for yourselves or develop them into something uh, healthy and something that is good for everybody. Nice to see. It's like developing a picture. If you have a raw picture, a raw file, it is not at its best, and it's the same usually with emotions. So I mean, I do not go. I will let my heart speak freely once I have processed and developed my emotions to correspond to what my heart really is. Because you know something? When your emotions go haywire, they make a lot of your self go haywire. Yeah. Okay. And I could have gone into a theological discussion, but I didn't really. Okay. Where am I? Question 5. When was the last time I let myself cry my heart out? You know, crying my heart out in the sense of almost losing control. It's been a long time. I think the biggest cry I've had was when my dad passed away a long time ago. Already, was it 5 years ago now? Yeah, I had a good cry. I mean, I tear up and I do choke up regularly. I'm a very emotional person in that respect, but that's different to letting myself cry my heart out. I probably had, like I say, I had a big cry when my dad passed away, when Dago when Dago left us. Um, yeah, I mean, I really did then. But otherwise, I think it's a question of, yeah, feeling your emotions. We get back to the emotion thing. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to cry. Uh, but, crying my heart out and losing control. No, I didn't even lose control of the two situations I told you, but it was like just my heart was bursting, put it that way. Yeah. Okay, that's question 5. Question 6. Have I laughed heartily recently? I laugh all the time, but heartily, and I think in the way that the question is meant, um, sometimes it's the grandkids. I mean, recently it could be sometimes things that the grandkids do or just say or something like that happens that makes me laugh. I'm trying to think when I've had a really good belly laugh. Where you can barely, again, contain. It's the equivalent of crying your heart out, but it's been a while, but sometimes, I mean, I'm overall a joyous person. I like I like to laugh, and I don't cackle, but I like to laugh, and I don't laugh just for anything, but I mean, I do know that humor is something that you can use um, as a weapon, as a disarming weapon at times. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, but that's not the topic. So it's been a while. I mean, my grandkids have made me laugh quite a bit in the last period. Okay, question 7. When was the last time I tried to step out of my comfort zone? Um, I think it's, well, I've mentioned it before in other vlogs and tags. I'm learning Spanish now, and that definitely pushes me out of my comfort zone, especially when you realize that you can understand, you can read, and then when you start talking, it's as if you were an invalid. Everything that you think that you don't, and that can be pushing you out of your comfort zone. Um, Another thing that pushes me out of my comfort zone was just after becoming retired. So it was out of my comfort zone to not be, I was almost going to say important, but that's not it really. But it pushes you out of your comfort zone to redefine part of your life in a different manner, things like that. And I think that, like, when I get back to the Spanish, but it's all related, is that it's putting yourself in a position of weakness when you probably before in your life were usually in a position of strength or more stronger, and then you put yourself again into a position where you depend and you got to work at something when you feel like you should be, like, just having a good time, something like that. Yeah. Okay, I guess that is it. Yeah, that'll be it. That'll be DC signing off. Thank you, Dave. Another good set of questions. Take care, everybody.